You are an NFL kicker. This is routine. You got this. It's going in. It's going in, Chad. I love you!
I'm not gonna lie, the butthole was puckered as CHAD RYLAND was kicking that field goal. I don't know how we won this game if I'm being 100% honest, but I will take it. 3-4 is a lot better than 2-5, so the season is alive. Let's go ahead and talk about this game. Justin Herbert. First and foremost, people were calling me crazy that I said he was a top 8 quarterback in my preview. If you guys watched the game tonight, you see what I'm saying now. Justin Herbert was dealing, killing us all game long, and his receivers weren't helping. He probably had 10 drops tonight by his receivers, and his best players were tight ends. Like, genuinely give this guy some targets, and we're going to be working with a top 8 quarterback in the league, and thankfully they dropped those passes, because without him, the Cardinals were probably in big trouble in this game. So thankfully that happened. There's also a play that I do want to talk about, speaking of the Chargers, that the ball was overthrown in the back of the end zone, forcing the Chargers to settle for a field goal. By the way, if you're a Chargers fan, that was not pass interference. Let's just call it how it is. That is an uncatchable ball. That thing was thrown 50 yards over the end zone. My lighting just tweaked out, but that was not catchable. That's not pass interference. You guys had to settle for that field goal, and the Cardinals did a fantastic job by marching down the field and scoring 3 when it mattered the most. Ridiculous game, and Drew Petzing, I'm still iffy on you, man. That was not a fantastically called game. I mean, run designs were pretty great, I have to admit, but the pass game is just not there. Some of it is on Kyler, though. In the fourth quarter, he had a drive where the ball was thrown behind. I don't remember if it's Michael Wilson or not, but somebody in the middle of the field on the right side. The ball was underthrown in like a slant or something, and then he had Michael Wilson coming back to the ball, and it was overshot by like 10 yards again. We've seen that continuously, and Kyler has to make these routine throws. The one to Wilson coming back was not routine, but the one before that was thrown way behind him, and that should have been a first down picked up right then and there. Kyler did enough against an elite defense, so I will give him credit. He didn't really turn the ball over, had that pick very early on in the first drive. I'm gonna go ahead and play that right now because the D lineman got the interception. James Conner hawked him down, forced the fumble, punched it out, and we re-recovered the football. But that was not the best way to start the game, and the Cardinals, who were 25 yards down the field already, got pushed back, and that's when I knew we were in for a very interesting game, and that we were, because this was basically the fumble fest. Within like the first 4 minutes of the game, there were 3 fumbles, just absolutely ridiculous. One of the fumbles for the Cardinals, and this was a game-changing play by Starling Thomas right here, is when he punched it out through the end zone. I don't know if they counted this as a recovery or what it was, but Jalen Thompson ended up with the ball and it went through the end zone. Just an absolutely ridiculous play right here, and this was a much needed one because it was busted coverage and he is wide open. He's behind the defense, and then Starling Thomas just comes and he makes a play. Credit where credit's due. This Cardinals defense, they shut me up. I'm gonna call it how it is. Like, I am absolutely shut up right now. Like, they show heart every single week. That is something that I have continuously been saying. It's just the talent is not there. Justin Herbert still had a clean pocket. Like, let's go ahead and talk about that. Like, look at this picture right here. Like, Justin Herbert was cool, calm, and collected. There's a reason he was dicing us. It was almost ridiculous. Like, if the Cardinals can get some edge help and some interior pressure, we are going to be so freaking good. Just, we don't have that. Like, talent wise, we're not there, but the effort and the heart, and Nick Rallis calls pretty decent games. Just the talent is not there for him to display with. Like, it's the opposite of Drew Petzing. Like, the offense has the talent, but we just can't put it together, and Nick Rallis is working with literally nothing and making it work. Like, the excuses for Petzing are non-existent, and Kyler didn't play a fantastic game, missed a couple throws, but he played pretty well. Also had a very insanely clutch run that he took like 40, 50 something yards to the house, so shout out to Kyler for this. That's the clutch gene. And James Conner's legitimately the MVP of this game. Without James Conner, we would have lost by a gazillion points. Trey McBride, also really solid game. Continue to get him involved. 5 receptions for 51 yards. We will take that. But shifting it to James Conner, today, 5.3 yards a pop. I'm reading this off ESPN. 101 rushing yards, 19 rushing attempts, which we will take that for James Conner. I mean, we needed it this game pretty badly. He also had 2 receptions for 51 yards, one of them at the crucial part of the game where James Conner took this little screen pass and took it and basically won us the game. Like, let's just go ahead and call it how it is. James Conner, you are Timothy, man. Like, you are a freaking dog. He runs angry. He is insane. Fumbles this season have been a little surprising, but like, outside of that, James Conner is a dang good football player. One of the best running backs in the league. And in a run-first scheme, we're seeing James Conner run angry. We will absolutely take that. But something that is concerning for the Cardinals is that Marvin Harrison Jr. finished 3 receptions, 71 yards, and it just does not look good for him. He had a play too, which luckily we got bailed out. Honestly, I'm gonna call it how it is. Chargers fans, if you're still watching, we got bailed out right here. They called an unnecessary roughness on Marvin Harrison Jr. when he dropped the football. Marvin can't drop those. Like, that's just how it is. And he dropped it. We got bailed out by a penalty, keeping that drive alive, which basically won us the game. And I'm also not blessed with game-winning field goals. This is CHAD RYLAND's second game-winning field goal. Like, I'm used to watching people hurt my heart. Like, Cardinals kickers have been awful as a kid. Like, all my stress and anxiety comes from the Cardinals kickers. When I grew up, it was rough, man. Like sports, the anxiety, they just induce it. Like they did something. And unfortunately, I'm a fan of this team, so it's like the stress and anxiety is through the roof, and I'm not even the one on the field. I'm just watching it behind the screen, but you guys know what I'm talking about. CHAD RYLAND knocked that through, man, and the Cardinals looked pretty dang fantastic, if I had to say so myself. Like the defense, like I said, they shut me up. They surprised me a ton. I thought it was going to be flipped, and I didn't think the Chargers were going to score a ton of points. Like I thought this was going to be pretty low scoring, and it was, but I thought J.K. Dobbins was going to kind of have his way, but no, we kind of shut him up, and Justin Herbert was the one who tore us up with basically no weapons. Dobbins had 14 carries for 49 yards, which averages out to 2.9 a pop. Like we will take that for the Cardinals. Like J.K. Dobbins has been having his way all season, and the Cardinals, they just out-physicaled the Chargers. Let's just call it how it is. Like that's just what it came down to. Like the Cardinals out-physicaled them. They out-muscled them. They were flying around the field, and they were making hits. Like the eye test shows you that. Like we were flying around. Like turn on the film, and you're going to see gang tackling. You're going to see a whole bunch of people flying and soaring to the ball. In the run, we're stuffing it. We're getting sacks in big moments, key third down stops. Like the Cardinals, we put it together. I don't know what happened. Like I was not expecting the defense to look that good, and they were. Now I do understand, like I said, if a couple of these drops get caught, the Cardinals are probably in a way worse situation, and Justin Herbert's thrown for 450 yards. Justin Herbert did everything in his power to will this team to a win, and they let them down. Like their defense still played pretty solid. Still don't really allow over 20 points, and that holds true right now. Like the offense has to get points on the board, and that is a problem for the Chargers. But if they can get that figured out, like they're going to be a very dangerous football team, because they held us to under 20 without Joey Bosa. They're going to be a really good football team, but this was a massive win for the Cardinals, and I cannot instate this enough, because if we lost, I think we have to sell at the deadline. Like Buda Baker, you potentially got to trade him. It's a conversation we probably would have had, but now, do we buy? Like this game was so teeter-tottery, it's like that. Like now are we buyers? Do we need some help at edge? Like who can we go get? Like genuinely, our D tackles are dropping like flies. They always do this. What can we do? I think we have to make calls, man, because we have to be competitive. We are number 2 in the NFC West right now. We overtook the 49ers, who are riddled with injuries, and we are 1 game behind the Seattle Seahawks. We need to push the chips in and go all in right here. Elevate this floor. Keep getting better. We need some help. Dennis Gardick just got hurt too, so we need to bring somebody in like ASAP. And I'm not saying this lightly. Like if our season is going to continue and we need wins, so if we want to keep rattling these off, we have to make a trade for an edge, a defensive tackle, somebody. We have to. Very impressive win today, and you could tell this team, they want this so bad. Like both teams came out hungry, and you saw that. Justin Herbert's playing with passion. The Chargers playing with passion. Cardinals, same thing. The defense was really the backbone today. Like if anyone gets credit, it is going to be James Conner, and it is going to be that defense. Like they are the reason we won this game, and I'm very impressed. But we have to go out. We got to make a move, man. We advanced, so we are 3-4. Cardinals fans, turn me up. The excitement level is back, baby. So let's go ahead and keep this thing rolling, man. Cardinals fans, let me know how you guys are feeling. Chargers fans, you let me know how you guys are feeling as well, man. But with that being said, that is gonna wrap up today's video. If you guys did enjoy, consider hitting that subscribe button. I post Arizona Cardinals and NFL related content, so if you're a fan of either of those, this is the perfect channel for you. But a ridiculous Monday night football game. Chargers fans, you guys have also shown me so much love on the channel, so appreciate you guys for stopping by this week. It has been fantastic. I love the support from you guys. Unfortunately, you guys lost, and fortunately for us Cardinals fans, we got the dubs. Throw up the wrong fingers, we got the dubs. With that being said, that is gonna wrap up today's video, man. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Let's keep this thing rolling. It's been your boy Mythic. Peace out.